Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. So, we didn't want to bore you today. I'm still working on tomatoes. I've been working on tomatoes for 3 or 4 days now.
So I'm shelling some purple hull peas. I didn't even realize I had any ready. And me and Jacob's been down there this morning working around that garden that's got the sweet corn in it, trying our best to make sure we keep everything off of that netting so we can keep good power on it to keep the coons out, because I'm bound and determined that I'm getting to harvest the corn off of our second crop we've got coming in down there. And just so happened while we're down there, I noticed I had some peas that need to be picked. And these are the peas, look at here. These are the peas that we give up on, that we didn't think were going to do anything because they just kind of got stunted and the weeds took them over and they never really grew. But they've started putting off now, so we're going to take them because they're down there to pick.
Got breakfast made for this week. Got more tomatoes. We've also given away a ton of tomatoes to neighbors and friends, and y'all, I'm just drowning in tomatoes. We've been blessed with a really good tomato crop this year. But anyways, not boring you with that. We rode around the side by side yesterday, saw a few interesting things that we're going to ride around again this evening and show y'all. So y'all come on with us.
Scooping out the last of her spaghetti sauce. And I'm getting ready to go get up our rotten tomatoes. We give so many tomatoes away. Like, we've had 3 or 4 different neighbors come over, get tomatoes, and get a lot of tomatoes. Megan's used how many tomatoes, Megan?
I've probably used at least 8, if not more, 5-gallon bucketfuls of tomatoes, and I'm still trying to get them all put away, but the pigs has got to eat too, so there's some that got left to the wayside out there.
Yeah, we've got some rotten ones. We've probably got a 5-gallon bucket full of rotten ones out there on the ground. At least, yeah. And some of them just rotted before they ever even really turned right. But anyways, so we're going to go get those up, and then we're going to take you on our little round and talk about, well, we're going to talk about what we want to talk about. There we are, finally at the end of the day. Really, it has been a very, very busy day around here. And so what we've been doing as we pick these tomatoes is just pulling the rotten ones off and throwing them down on the ground for me to come back and get up later. Well, now, later is now, so I'm going to get them up, take them to the pigs. But I think you're going to find what we're getting ready to show y'all here shortly very, very interesting. At least I think it is. We both think it is. It's kind of mind-blowing. But anyways, we need to get these tomatoes put up first and give to the pigs and get the pigs fed. They're the only thing we've got left that we hadn't fed yet. And then we'll take you along. So there we are, guys. In less than just a couple minutes time, I've got a full 5-gallon bucket of tomatoes. And there's actually more out there, but I'll save those for tomorrow night. I've been giving them about a 5-gallon bucket. I gave them a 5-gallon bucket yesterday, and this will be one for today. And I've probably got enough. Yeah, I've probably got enough that I can give them a 5-gallon bucket tomorrow night. But anyways, kind of like free food for our pigs and stuff that would have just went to waste anyways. So instead of leaving it there, we're feeding it to something. So one of those buckets was just some leftovers we had in the refrigerator that kind of got hid in the back of the refrigerator that we didn't really even know was there. And they're tearing it up. Looks like they like the leftovers better than they like the tomatoes right now. Boy, they are growing. And that one over there, he got it all over his back. That was an accident, y'all. I really didn't mean to do that. But, all right. Let's go up here and round up the kids and hopefully Megan's finished up with her spaghetti sauce, and we can take a quick round here and show you exactly what we're talking about. Got a spot over here.
This right here is what we wanted to show y'all. This may not seem like significant to many people. It's just a weed that grows out in growed up areas. But what this is actually goldenrod. You can tell by the way the leaves are shaped and the tiny little flowers that are on it. Goldenrod, the old timers say 6 weeks after the goldenrod starts blooming, it's supposed to be your first frost. Last year, me and Andy actually timed it from when the goldenrod was in full bloom, which it's not yet, but it's starting. It's 6 weeks to the first frost, and last year it was to the day just about that we got our first frost. So that means, what does that mean? Frost in the middle of the end of September?
Yeah, that would mean frost in the, from mid to end of September, which is...
That's super early.
Yeah, almost a month early.
Yeah.
Like she said, it's not in full bloom yet. It will be probably, because I've seen several other plants that haven't really started blooming yet, but you can tell by looking at them, they're going to be in full bloom.
Right,
yeah.
I mean, it's coming.
It's coming,
yeah.
But they're just not here yet. So even if we're looking at another week to week and a half before they're all in full bloom, that's still
super early.
Yeah, late September, 1st of October, and that's still way early for us.
So y'all, so today's date is August the 5th. Y'all won't see this on August the 5th, but y'all help me keep that date in mind, and we're gonna test this, and we're gonna see if we have a super early frost this year. I'm curious to see. I kind of hope we don't, because we won't get our late sweet corn if we do.
No, we won't.
We were counting on that, end of October frost date, so.
And, we weren't even sure. We were pretty sure it was goldenrod, because we'd been seeing it, traveling around, starting to bloom. So we come down here, we rode through here last night and happened to see this. And we even checked it with the plant ID thing and all that good stuff. And according to it, it's goldenrod.
Yeah, it's goldenrod.
We were pretty sure it was goldenrod, but we wanted to make sure before we showed it to everybody.
But this is just really early. I tried to find a video that I made last year, and I can't figure out which video it was, where me and Andy were actually talking about it. And it was I want to say it was sometime in September.
I really don't remember.
When this stuff was blooming.
If it wasn't September, it was the very end of August.
It was around when we were getting our sweet potatoes up.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So,
but
we just thought it was weird
yeah,
to see it already.
So even though it is early for this to be blooming, I do feel like that it's nearing the end of the season for sure, because a lot of things.
I mean, and the season started late.
Yeah, the season started late, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to end early, because there's a lot of things going on in nature that normally wouldn't be happening until at least the end of this month.
And some people call these old wives' tales and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you what, them old people, they didn't have meteorologists. They had to pay attention. They had to look and pay attention what was going on to see what the weather was gonna be like, because it was life or death for them. Well,
not only that, they didn't have nothing else to do, so they paid attention to that stuff. They didn't have YouTube to go home and watch every evening. They paid attention to nature, and they knew what was going to happen, and they kept up with it. Daddy actually told me today that y'all probably know the old Raymond Brownie calendars. I'm sure some of y'all do at least. That's the old-timey calendars you get from all your general hardware stores and whatnot. But anyways, he pointed at one today, and he said back in the old days that all the old-timers would always make a note. He said when you go look at their calendar, every single date had a note on it from something that happened that day. And so they kept up with that stuff year to year to year. Not like they just done it for a month or so. They kept up with it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know. We should probably start doing stuff like that.
That's a good idea.
But there's something like y'all probably can't tell that dogwood tree that's right up there. But it's not like in the camera. I can see it right here. It's not showing up as good in the camera. But the leaves are already starting to get sort of a red tint to them. There's a lot of poplar leaves that are already falling off. Now that's not very uncommon because we've had sort of a hot, dry summer.
Well, I mean, for like a couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, that's true. It wasn't as bad as it has been.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot worse than what it's been this year.
But they're already starting to fall off. And a lot of times that happens like from heat stress and stuff. And whatever this weed is right here usually doesn't start blooming till the very end of summer. And I've been seeing a lot of them in full bloom too. Now, whatever they are, I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I just know when they normally bloom. So, everybody knows it's been a crazy weather year. I mean, you can't deny it. I'm pretty sure the whole country could just about say it's been a crazy weather year. So, y'all let us know in the comments if y'all are seeing any signs of possibly having an early frost or an early fall or whatever. I'm really predicting that we're going to have an early fall, and I almost bet that we're going to have a rough winter. I don't know why. I just have that feeling.
I do too.
So
I agree. Well, it's just like all them potatoes that we got up.
Yeah.
I don't know, stuff like that happens.
A lot of old timers would say when you notice a good nut harvest on the trees, or if a crop's made really well, or anything like that, you know, you're getting prepared for.
God's putting it in there for a reason.
Yeah, you're getting prepared for a hard winter. So I don't know. We may just be, losing our heads here, but y'all tell us what you think. We really want to know.
Something to pay attention to anyway. I mean, like I said, it's August the 5th, so y'all help me keep up with it.
Yeah, we're going to keep up with this, and we may be completely wrong. And honestly, like she said, I hope we are, because we got some stuff that ain't going to make if we get a frost.
I'm going to cry over that darn sweet corn.
Yeah, me too, because I really wanted to try that serendipity. But if we get an early frost like that, we got a lot of stuff that's not going to make. So, and there's a lot of guys around here who hadn't got their tobacco crops in. There's no way they'll have those in by then. But of course, this doesn't mean it's going to be a hard killing freezing frost.
That's true too.
It's just a frost. And the funny thing is everywhere you see this stuff blooming already is in the low-lying areas. You don't see nothing up high on your ridges yet. So your low-lying areas is where you always get your first frost. So we've just been paying attention to it. And I want to show it to y'all one more time, just in case you don't know what goldenrod is.
And it's also medicinal. I just can't remember what it does. I have to look in my book.
I remember last winter,
last year.
We had it hanging up in the kitchen all year long.
Yeah, I saved some last year, but I can't remember what it does. I have to look.
But, and so.
You're supposed to pick it when it's in full bloom like that.
Just like that. Well, we got one other thing we're going to ride up the hill here and show you. Something else that's happening a little early. And it's a little odd. So we're going to go up here and show you and just tag along. So y'all, here is our pokeberry crop. It's a pretty healthy one, isn't it? Anyways, here's the one thing that I wanted to show y'all. You know, now you can see not all of them are right. I mean, and some of them ain't even close to being right. But this is about the earliest in the year I've ever seen ripe pokeberries on a bush. I don't know if y'all knew it or not. Did y'all know that you can eat these berries? I was always told all my life that these things are poisonous.
You just don't eat the seed.
You don't eat the seed. The seed is what's poisonous. The berry itself is supposedly medicinal. I didn't bring nothing to drink. I was ain't eat one. I may still eat it. I don't know. Think I'll fall over dead?
You said that they tasted like alcohol.
I ate one last year.
Yeah, you didn't. It didn't kill you last year.
Y'all ever
gonna eat one.
You ever watch Homestead Adventures or something like that? He done a video on them, I don't know, a while back. It was a pretty popular video, and he eat these things and talked about what they do. I've done forgot now. But he's the one I learned that they weren't medicinal. I mean, that they weren't poisonous from, and he didn't die, so I say.
Just spit the seed out.
Anyways,
it won't die anyway. You're just getting nauseous.
The seed is supposed to be so hard that you can't crunch it no ways. And anyways, that's what they say. We'll find out. I'll let y'all know tomorrow if I'm sick or not. It's back to the story here. This is the earliest I've ever seen pokeberries start getting ripe. You usually don't see that till late summer. And I've noticed that on several bushes, they're already ripening up. Like right there. And there's more up in there. Now, I do know, y'all, that you can make poke salad, but that's not out of the berries. That's out of this when it's
young.
Really, really young. So, I'd always heard that. But the first time I'd ever heard eating the berries was just recently here and when I watched that video. Well, I guess it was last year, because I ate one last year. And I remember now why I don't want to eat no more. Some things don't taste good. And even the way the sun sets in the sky, y'all know it gets that different kind of glow to it in the fall of the year than it does than it has in the summertime. Just everything seems to be pointing to the fact that we're almost in fall, and we're not. We're not. We're really not. So it's then going to be interesting to see what happens. Let's see if this old wives' tale holds up about the goldenrod. I'm real interested in seeing about that one. The sad thing is 6 weeks will be here before you know it. Mm-hmm. So we'll know. But anyways, y'all, is there anything else you want to add to it, Megan?
We appreciate y'all watching. We always appreciate the continued support. Check out your t-shirts and coffee mugs if you want anything like that. I had a lot of people asking me about stuff, so I went ahead and have had this stuff made, and I'll leave a link to that as well if that's something you're interested in. And I think we all listen to these old folks and the things Grandma and Grandpa and the greats back in the day used to tell us. I really do. I think there was a lot of wisdom there that, unfortunately, a lot of it's been lost.
Yeah, there's no telling what's been lost over the years.
But anyways, guys, till we see you on the next one, I'll update you if Andy's puking in an hour. So
I hope not. I got an awful taste in my mouth. I really wish I had something to drink.
Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.